Hi YouTube viewers, this is Fern from the House of Glamour. What we're going to do today with this client is you're mostly familiar with her. We have cut her short in the past and gave her this color, tapered her. So what we're going to do now is we're going to taper her even shorter. We're going to darken her down. We're going to give her a relaxer touch up and then darken her down and then give her like a spiral curl with a perm rod. So keep following. Okay, so now that we're gonna give her the relaxer touch up, what I did was I put some kind of a scalp base here just to protect her because I shaved her first in advance. So a lot of times you want to do that. You want to make sure that you don't burn them. All I'm gonna do here is just do her touch up on just the new growth only. So I'll bring my camera in a little further so you can see what I'm talking about here. I'm just gonna go right into the new growth. Right like that. Okay, so I know some people don't like the way that started, but just to show you in this video how this is how I do this, that's what I would do. And as far as that bottom goes, I just run it right down just like this because we want this to be laying flat. Then you can go into the next section and because her hair is so short already, I always say I painstakingly go into that new growth right there. Just like that. And just to only get into that area of that new growth. I know some of you might say there's no new growth there, but there is plenty. From this angle, there's plenty. From your angle, you may not see hardly anything, but if you notice the hair is like a reddish color here, and this is dark, that's her new growth right there. Okay, in case those are watching don't see it, but that's where it's at. So that's what we're focusing on is just that area. It's just that new growth area. Okay, so I'm going to continue moving on. So I like to get this done pretty quickly. Okay. Okay, so this is what we have accomplished from our relaxer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow her dry to apply the color that I want to put on her. So let me get her dried. I'm going to turn it off before the sake of the noise. Okay, so what I'm doing now, I'm going to put this color on her. It's like a 3NN 10 volume. And what it's going to do is deposit into this golden color, give her something darker, and it'll actually work on that gray too as well. That's why we're using the 10 volume too to help out with the gray. So you're going to see what we're going to do here, and I'll show you what I mixed to give her to accomplish this color. So we're just going to put it right on. We dried her out really good, and from the drying out, we just go from there and put it on. So, as long as it's on dry hair, you're good. So I'm going to run this through her whole head, and I'll be back to show you. All right, so here's our color. After it processed and I rinsed her out, this is what we got. And it's like the really darkest brown. So it almost looks black maybe to you guys, but it's actually the darkest brown. What I'm going to do is get her dry, and we're going to show you what we're going to do next. So what I'm going to do with her hair, I cut the sides down really short where she can actually just have it almost like a brush. So what I'm doing is, this is like a messy part. It's like that on purpose. But, so what I'm doing is I'm making like finger waves with my finger. That's why it's called a finger wave. And I'm going to continue doing this all the way across her head. And do this whole back with the finger wave part. And then I will show you what we're going to do continuing. But I'm going to get this part done first. This finger wave, and you can see how it looks when I get done. Okay, so what I did was I finger waved this with the finger. And now because this is so short, I'm just taking just the comb. And I'm using just the comb only. And just watch. See, take the comb and just wiggle it. Just wiggle it right in there. And come down just to give yourself some kind of pattern, because she wanted this into a brush cut, and so this is what we have back here is a brush cut. So there's really not room to make a finger wave, so I'm using the comb to give it some kind of design back there. See how I'm taking the comb and I'm wiggling that, just wiggling it right on in there like that. And just wiggle around like you're doing. And then I'm going to go backwards and do it the same way. If you notice, I'm going back. But when you wiggle it, go over and then down. And that'll give you some, you can actually see what the wave looks like. So you're already going in to the right. So go in toward the left and then come down. And as you come down, you're going to go back to the left. So let me show you how I did that again. So maybe you could try it. So we're already, this pattern is already going to the left because that's where we ended. So what I'm doing is I'm going to that left, but I'm working it back to the left, and I'm slowly going to bring it back to the right. Okay, and that'll actually give you that little wave pattern. So you got to keep that up. And then you go back and you follow what you've done and you keep going back connecting it. And you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep wiggling, and you keep going around. This was one of my specialties, was finger waves. So, okay, so this is perfect. This is what we're going to do. We're going to let this dry now. And in the meantime, we're going to roller set this here. And I'm going to get her set up for the roller setting and get her started. And I'll be back to show you the type of roller set I'm going to use. All right, so I already started this because I didn't want you guys to see me go deep into this on that part. It was very fine here. But what I'm doing with her is using some straws to give her an effect she's looking for. I'm actually putting her hair with a little bit of gel and these straws. And all I'm doing is taking and putting the gel so it'll hit the ends of the hair. And I'm just wrapping it up and riding it like I'm doing like a permade. And I'm just rolling it just like that. Cutting off this bottom piece. And I'm using a hairpin to hold it. You don't have to, but I choose to use a hairpin just to hold it in on the bottom. Right about there. And that's it. And so I'm just doing a bunch of sections here. And by the time I'm done, this is going to be stacked up and piled on top of her head in a outward direction for the style she's looking for. Okay, so we'll continue wrapping and we'll continue to show you as we go along. Okay, so what I'm doing is wrapping her hair. I'm using a setting lotion. It's made out of like sunflower seed oil. You don't have to get that. It's just something I have. I like to use some little organic stuff. And I'm wrapping her hair with that straw. And the reason why I like that, because I can give it that effect that I'm looking for. And if you notice, I'm wrapping it just like this. I'm letting it go long, because what we're trying to get at the end is going to be more of a spiral effect. And I'm just cutting it off, and that's it. And some of them I did put a pin, like these little shorter ones, I had to put a hairpin in them. And I'm going to continue doing this until we get to the top, and we're going to end up, where it's all going to come out like that, like it's expanding out. So we're going to continue doing that. So I'll show you again how I'm doing that. And you tilt back just a tiny bit. And I'm just taking that straw, and I'm wrapping her hair with a little bit of gel too, by the way. The setting lotion and the gel. That'll help seal the end on the bottom of the straw. Let me turn that around a little bit for you. Okay, so a little bit of gel right on the end right there. And I'm actually wrapping, and notice how it's wrapping and it's elongating. That's what I want. Then we'll just cut it off. That's it. Okay, so I'm going to continue on. I'm going back to show you more. So we're down to the last one, and all we did was use a straw, as you see. I used a straw and wrapped it up, and I like the way the straw set is because it gives the hair a little more, it lays it down where I wanted it to lay down like that. And that's it. So she's like where I want her to be. What we're going to do is we're going to dry her, and we're going to come back and let you see the finish. So now she's dry, and this is what we're doing now. We're just going to pull these right out. Yeah, all we're doing is slide them right out because the straw has that little smoothness to it where it can slide these right out. So I'm going to take the most of them out, and then we're going to separate them, and you'll see what happens there. See how it just gives you like little curls like that? It's real cute. Okay, so let me keep taking these out. What I'm doing now is I'm separating all her little curls that we made with the straws and giving her some fullness and cover up some of these gaps in here. So this is going to take a minute to do. So in other words, take a little time to do. So it's not something that's going to happen and just snap my finger. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to take most of these apart. And I did use a little gel to make them a little stiffer so they can last for a little longer. And I'm separating them to little sections, little tiny sections. So there'll be just a little bunch of curlies up here. Alrighty? That is so cute. Okay, so what we're doing is we're taking her hair and we're undoing her set that I used with the straw. And we're just putting her twisties right back in. We're not separating them to make them look like a bush. We're just doing it to keep that curl effect. All right, so we're going to finish up soon. We're finished with taking all these out. I'm going to give her a little sheen spray to kind of give them a little boost of shine in there. It's just a can of oil sheen that I got from your local Sally's. Oh my goodness, this is so adorable. All right, we want you to breathe. So this is our finish. I'll show you the back. I'll have you tilt down just a little bit so you can see the back a little better. And that's her other side. Oops, I see a little bit of a separation of curls here. So, okay, good. All right, so there we go. And there we go. So this is our finish. Isn't that adorable? Mm-hmm. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and this is a straw set. Just to let you see it closely, it's a straw set with finger waves, and we gave her color. And I did say I will show you the color. I'll show you that very shortly. So if you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching. This is Fern from the House of Glamour. Bye. So as I promised you, I will tell you the color I used. This is the color I used on her. It's called Age Beautiful, and I used the 10 volume developer.